Alright guys, first place deck profile for Belgium Nationals 2017, and you guys can see there is no extra deck. This is not a goof. This guy is a savage. Oliver Gross, you crazy man. I cannot believe you went in with no extra deck and just bodied everyone at the tournament. But anyways, deck profile for Draco King, so congrats to him for taking first place. But we got to go into the deck profile. I know I haven't been covering the meta so much, so I'll give you guys some gameplay footage. I'll probably play this later this week over on the live stream. If you guys aren't following me on Twitch, I'll link it down below in the description box. But I definitely will mess around with this deck because I honestly have no idea how you even build a deck and decide to go with no extra deck. You're crazy. But there is some actual cool little tech combos that I actually learned from the man himself. One really quick thing that I wanted to teach you guys. I had no idea that this worked like this. If I activate Dragonic Diagram and my opponent would say Drancia, or Trident. Oh, wait, hold on. Trident is not a worm. So this has the ability to target a face-up card in the field and destroy it. So if I go for Dragonic Diagram and the Trident tries to destroy it, and I have Forbidden Chalice, apparently what he was saying is you can actually destroy the Chalice when Trident is using its effect to get rid of this. And I was like, whoa, that's some next level meta stuff. I had no idea you could do that with Dragonic Diagram, but that's a pretty cool effect. But this is the deck profile, so let me go ahead and jump right into the deck profile really quick. I'll kind of briefly explain things if you guys are unfamiliar with the True Kings. I did cover them a while back, but I think it's good to kind of refresh up on them because they are something that a lot of people want to try out. I know the deck's kind of expensive because of this card. But anyways, first off, we have 3 copies of Masterpiece, the True Draco Slaying King. Most of them have the effect where you can tribute summon this card. You can tribute continuous spell or trap card. That's pretty much on all of them, unless they make some other ones in the future. But anyways, the Masterpiece actually has one of the best effects. So the light guy over here, he's unaffected by the effects of cards with the same card type, monster, spell, and or trap as the original card type of the cards tributed for its tribute summon. So if you know you're specifically going against a deck that's going to have a bunch of effects, there you go. You can definitely just kind of play around those things. And then once per turn, during either player's turn, if you control this tribute summon monster, you can banish one spell or trap card from your graveyard and then target one other card in the field and destroy it. And then next up we got the water guy, so same effect to summon him, you contribute continuous spell and trap cards instead of monsters. But anyways, once per turn during either player's turn, when your opponent activates a card or effect while you control this tribute summon monster, you can take one True Draco or True King continuous trap card from your deck and either activate it or add it to your hand. And then the fire guy over here, he's really good with the True Draco Heritage. But anyways, Ignis Heat, so the fire guy over here, same effect, special summon him, or tribute summon him. Anyways, once per turn, either player's turn, when your opponent activates a card effect while you control this tribute summon monster, you can take one True Draco or True King continuous spell card from your deck and activate it or add it to your hand. Next up, we got a Regeki, 2 Pot of Cupidity or Desires, 3 cards of Demise. That's some crazy draw power, man. And then we got 3 copies of Terraforming, 3 copies of Duality, 2 copies of Cosmic Cyclone, 2 copies of Chalice, and then we got the Monarch Storm 4th, 3 copies of True Draco Succession. So during your main phase, you can draw cards equal to the number of True Draco and True King card types, and this includes both players. Keep that in mind. Sent from the field to the graveyard this turn. During your main phase, you can immediately after this effect resolves, tribute summon one True Draco or True King monster face up. If this card is sent from the spell and trap zone to the graveyard, you get to target one spell or trap card on the field, destroy it. You can only use each effect once per turn, but that works really well with the fire guy. Next up, we have 3 copies of Disciples of the True Draco Phoenix over here. So you target 3 True Draco and or True King cards from your graveyard, shuffle them into the deck, and then draw a card, kind of like a Pot of Avarice card is banned. But anyways, during your main phase, you can immediately after this effect resolves to tribute summon one True Draco or True King monster face up. If this card is sent from the spell and trap zone to the graveyard, you can target one spell trap card on the field and destroy it. You can only use each effect once per turn. And then we have Dragonic Diagram, which basically is the money card, I would say, out of this most recent set. But it makes so they all gain 3 in attack and defense. But the first time each tribute summon or True Draco, or True King monster would be destroyed by battle each turn it's not destroyed. Then once per turn, you can destroy one other card you control or in your hand, and if you do, you get to add one True Draco or True King card from your deck. One of the most insane effects that we've seen in the game. Then we have 6 traps lined off, 3 copies of each of the 2 cards. But anyways, first off, we got Revival of the True King. So this card is sent from the spell and trap zone to the graveyard. You get to target one monster on the field and destroy it. You cannot activate the following effects of True King's return in the same chain, which is actually the same card type. I know it says Revival of True King, but keep that in mind, it's the OCG, TCG. The other part of it says you can target one True Draco or True King monster in your graveyard and special summon in defense position. Also, for the rest of the turn, you cannot special summon. And then during your opponent's main phase, you can immediately after this effect resolves, tribute summon one True Draco or True King monster face up. You can only use each effect of it once per turn. And then we have the True Draco Apocalypse. So if this card is sent from the spell and trap zone to the graveyard, you get to target one monster on the field, destroy it. You cannot activate the following effects of the True Draco Apocalypse in the same chain. So the first effect is you can target one other True Draco or True King card you control. Destroy it. If you do, the attack and defense of all face-up monsters your opponent controls become half of their current attack and defense, even if this card leaves the field. During your opponent's main phase, you can immediately after this effect resolves to tribute summon one True Draco or True King monster. You can only use each effect of it once per turn. So a lot of them have that effect where you can only use it once per turn. It'd be amazing if you could activate this card's effect multiple times, but yeah, anyways, we got no extra deck, but the side deck is pretty important over here. We have 2 copies of Retaliating Sea, really good card, and then we have 2 copies of Great Eagle. And then we have 3 copies of another, I know, expensive card. I know when you guys see expensive cards, you guys are like, I don't want to build this deck anymore. But we have 3 copies of Ghost Ash and Beautiful Spring, or Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring. But a really, really insane card. One of the best hand traps right now in the game. I think in OCG as well as TCG, players are just maxing out on these. If you guys don't have him, obviously he won without it in the main deck. But this card is really important, guys, in the side deck to just absolutely destroy certain players' decks. Especially when they activate like a Pot of Desires, it just makes them banish 10 cards, which is actually pretty big for certain decks. Especially if they're playing any cards like the Grass is Greener. Like I've seen decks go with both Grass and Desires. It's a pretty interesting mix-up, but they have done really interesting things in the OCG. But nonetheless, this card, I want to say, if you want to be competitive this format, you gotta have this card. It's just one of those cards, unfortunately. It is a pricey card. Next up, a really interesting card he actually side deck, which is the Majesty Maiden, the True Draco Caster. So it's a level 5. It says, to tribute summon this card face up, you can tribute a continuous spell and trap card you control instead of a monster. Then once per turn during either player's turn when your opponent activates card or effect while you control this tribute summoned monster, you can add a True Draco or True King monster from your deck to your hand. So the blue guy lets you add the continuous traps, the red guy lets you go for the spells, and this one goes for the monsters. Let me go to try with Draco. Is it True comma Draco? I forgot how this is. It a True Draco? So you guys can see that there are a lot more in the archetype. I mean, there is even an Exceed for the deck, but he didn't. Unless he's trying to level up something, he's not going to be making this card. But I just think it's really cool that someone actually won with no extra deck and got first place. Again, credit goes to him. But anyways, next up we have one Max C. I was surprised he didn't want to main deck this, especially in this point where everyone is special summoning. But in his video, I'll link it down below on United Pro Gamers TV. He talks a little bit more in depth about the things. But as far as this deck goes, he said he really didn't like going second in a lot of different decks. So this deck actually can perform quite well going second. But I still think that you should run Maxi. That's just my suggestion for you guys, because I think Maxi is a great card. Then he side decked the 3rd copy of Cosmic Cyclone. And then interesting card, the Dominion of the Monarchs, or the Domain of the True Monarchs. But this card is only able to be effective while you have no cards in your extra deck, and you are the only player that controls a tribute summon monster. So a really dirty card, and that's why you would have no extra deck. I mean, you could argue it's good to put in Reaper. If you guys don't want to play this, I recommend playing this card, and then throwing in things Reaper. Oh gosh, what is it? Is it Ghost Reaper? Ghost Reaper. If I could spell Ghost Reaper. Oh, Ghost Reaper and Winter Cherries. This card can definitely be great in the side deck. I know ABC is not the most like popular deck, but if you match up against some other obscure things and you side deck this, you hit a Dante in your extra deck, you hit ABC Buster Dragon, you hit the totally awesome. Certain decks, they just fold at that point. Like there's no comeback. And there were some OCG players that were actually running a lot of these a couple formats back. But you guys know, whatever we're playing in the TCG, usually the OCGs are a few months ahead. So keep that in mind if you want to drop this card completely. And then we have Absolute Shutdown for Metal Foes, any Pendulum-based decks, the Anti-Spell Fragrance, and the Imperial Order. But man, I gotta give you credit, Oliver. You are a savage running no extra deck. I still would run one. I know, like I said, it works well with the Dominion of Legendary Monarch. But anyways, guys, that's it for the deck profile, and enjoy playing this deck. I'll probably give you guys some footage of this deck because it's a very interesting build, and I haven't really seen anyone play like this build. Obviously, people are not going to play it now. They're going to net deck it, but I'll get some gameplay footage this weekend. What day is today? Yeah, probably this weekend. We'll play some on the live stream. If you guys aren't following me on Twitch, I'll link it down below. But we'll get some gameplay of this, and we'll see the ins and outs of this deck and see how good it is. But obviously, it's pretty good. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys, and I'm signing out.